Stephen Denning, Squirrel Incorporated, A Fable of Leadership Through Storytelling. Dive into the world of Squirrel Incorporated, where the power of storytelling takes center stage. This captivating tale demonstrates the pivotal role of storytelling in leadership and organizational change. The summary explores how engaging in this timeless art can help communicate complex ideas and facilitate employee buy-in. Discover a variety of storytelling techniques and how they can impact aspects such as character development, trust building, teamwork, and organizational culture. Unlock the potential of imaginative storytelling to spark innovation, defuse rumors, and pave the way for a brighter future.
The power of storytelling. In So This Squirrel Goes Into a Bar, a fable about corporate critters from Squirrel Incorporated, the bartender teaches Diana that storytelling can be more effective than presenting data when trying to bring about change. Diana realizes that by telling a story about squirrels who store nuts, instead of burying them, she can show her managers that her radical idea is possible. With the help of other squirrels and lots of storytelling, Diana successfully provokes change, reveals leaders' characters, builds teams, shares information, creates a sense of community, promotes trust, deflates rumors, envisions the future, and transmits values. The overall message is that the ability to tell the right story at the right time can have a pivotal impact on the success or failure of any major change effort. Transformative power of storytelling. For centuries, people have been using storytelling to preserve history, share heritage, and pass knowledge from generation to generation. Storytelling is a natural ability that has become an appreciated leadership asset in developing a fully functioning organization capable of embracing change. Companies such as IBM and McDonald's have utilized different forms of storytelling to communicate complex ideas and generate employee buy-in, enabling them to lead effectively. The 7 high-value forms of storytelling are explored in this insightful book. Crafting narrative change. The book highlights that change stories should communicate new ideas, avoid extraneous details, and show the positive outcomes of change. It suggests that a narrative, or a springboard story, helps listeners understand how change has a positive impact on their organization. The book also advocates for using true stories from other organizations that have achieved the type of positive result you want to communicate. Additionally, it emphasizes the need to clearly demonstrate why change or adoption of the idea was necessary so listeners can relate to it. By telling a story that sparks listeners' imaginations, they become more receptive to change, and envision what could happen in their own situations. The power of personal stories in building trust. To build trust in leadership, it is crucial to add a human touch to the organization's corporate culture. The use of personal stories is an effective way to achieve this. Through sharing a story that reflects who you are as an individual and as a leader, you can connect with your followers and show them what you stand for. A story that has a beginning, middle, and end, with a crisis or climax, a plot, and a resolution, told with real feeling and colorful detail, can help build trust and establish a brand identity for the company. With personal stories, you can give your listeners insight into your character and organization. This will help them identify with you and feel more comfortable following your lead. By sharing traditional stories, not only can you build trust in your leadership but also reveal something significant about your company and brand identity. Personal stories are a powerful tool that can help develop trust and create a positive corporate culture. The power of storytelling for team building. Building a sense of community and teamwork within an organization is crucial for success. Sharing personal stories at work helps to bond individuals and create a shared purpose. Group leaders can promote teamwork by facilitating face-to-face interactions, starting with a relatable and moving story that prompts conversation and sharing. Encouraging others to share their own stories allows for shared experiences and understanding, ultimately leading to a sense of community and generating energy. This kind of teamwork fosters creative thinking and collaboration. While a corporation may not feel like a community, leaders can develop it by incorporating storytelling. By sharing stories and nurturing teamwork, an organization can work better together to achieve mutual goals. Value-driven organizations. Organizations often struggle with integrating core values beyond slogans and posters. However, storytelling provides a more effective approach that transmits values through relatable and positive experiences. When organizations wish to communicate an essential value, sharing a story about a leader who exemplifies that value in action is more meaningful than assigning a tag to it. This method enables people to understand and absorb the significance of values without feeling taught. The quality of the story matters more than the quantity, as it transmits values better. Additionally, if there is no true story, sharing a parable can still convey the intended value. Overall, storytelling is a powerful tool for creating value-driven organizations where leaders live according to their values, providing positive role models and employees hear and absorb the importance of these values. Disarming rumors. Rather than engaging in a pointless battle against quickly spreading rumors, leaders should use a combination of humor and truth to counteract the negative effects. By creating a story that ridicules the rumor or its source, leaders can invite laughter and diffuse fear. Even a short humorous anecdote can dispel the power of the rumor, turning it into a chuckle-worthy memory. Effective storytelling for problem solving. A good problem-solving story should include the problem's context, provide a solution, and explain it so listeners can apply it in different situations. It doesn't need a hero, but it should focus on the knowledge gained. Incorporate multiple perspectives, explore alternative solutions, and consider what can go wrong. Despite being negative, knowledge-sharing stories can spark productive, what-if discussions, leading to problem solving. By looking at problems from a new perspective, these stories invite listeners to consider new ideas. Leading with storytelling. To create a vision for the organization, use a short and futuristic story that invites listeners to dream about open possibilities. Such stories shouldn't contain many details but should provide a general direction to let the listeners expand on it and flesh it out in their own minds. This approach can create buy-in to the organization's future direction but is free from constraints. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous speech was an example of a future story that invited his listeners to journey into his vision for the future. The power of storytelling. A good story requires a passionate storyteller who believes in it. It should be sincere and not rehearsed, as authenticity is essential. Storytelling is an age-old practice that connects people in a natural and collaborative way. A well-crafted story is easier to understand and more welcome than a mere message. It helps people gain insight and fosters a strong relationship between the leader and the listener. People have always loved sharing and hearing stories, so use this timeless skill to connect with your audience by telling the right story at the right time.
As we come to the end of our journey through Squirrel Incorporated, it becomes apparent that the art of storytelling has a profound impact on leadership and organizational change. Through the clever use of stories, leaders can inspire change, forge trust, and instill a sense of community among team members. Exploring different forms of stories allows individuals to effectively communicate values, combat rumors, and envision exciting possibilities. Embrace the power of storytelling not as a mere tool, but as a natural, collaborative force that connects leaders and listeners on a deeper level, ensuring a successful future for any organization.